Elon's moving Twitter X to Austin. Jeremy Knight, the Night Coop, your favorite Austin realtor. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that in this video today. We're also gonna go through and talk about the changes happening in Austin. There's a lot of things changing in the landscape of Austin, from density to affordable housing. So we're gonna go through, I'm gonna show you a few different stories of that. And you're probably wondering, why the heck am I standing in the middle of a shopping center that looks like it's going out of business? We're gonna talk about that in this video as well. Oh yeah, and stay tuned. We are gonna talk about Elon Musk and Twitter because indeed, they are bringing some jobs to the Austin area. Let's get started on this. Let's talk about the planning and development in Austin. So there's been a fight going on back and forth in the city of Austin about the density. Now, in a recent city council meeting, they actually discussed this. It got put up in litigation, it's coming back, and they're doing everything they can to create more density in places like this. So we are at the Brody Oaks Shopping Center here in South Austin. I'm gonna tell you about another shopping center here in a minute, but this whole area is getting revitalized. And what Austin is doing and what they're trying to do is push for more density. Now, one of the things that they had pushed for was being able to build up closer to freeways. The other was to put multiple homes on lots in like Westlake, in downtown, in East Austin, and change the code. That's up in litigation right now, but they are still going through and pushing. Now, why are they doing that? Well, in developments like this here in the Brody Oaks, they're bringing in a ton of entertainment here. They are bringing in a ton of housing, mixed use, commercial, because guess what? No matter how Austinites want to push against, Austin's growing, and it has been growing for a while. In fact, this has been the trend for a long time. If you go back and look at K-View, they were doing the 2040 and Boomtown and all this stuff. Well, thanks to Elon bringing Tesla here, we are caught in the middle of this teenage growth phase for Austin, right? Because we have to expand, we have to grow, but do we do it the right way? So is that good for Austin? Is it not good for Austin? I want to hear from you. Is density and being more dense the way to go? Obviously, the light rail project is kind of on hold at the moment, and that may go back to voting again. I've made quite a few videos on that. Yet, what I want to talk about is the affordability issue. So with a lot of these complexes, what they are proposing in all of these is to have 10% affordable housing. And there's subsidies in that to give back to people to be able to afford some of these. One thing I've seen and run into is that people buy some of these affordable housing. Basically, you're paying a mortgage on a property that you can't really turn around and sell. There's too many regulations. Had somebody just bought a home, I actually had this happen, someone reached out to me. Had they just purchased a home, like, okay, 2021, 2022 was crazy. Had they purchased a home, they'd be able to turn around and sell this specific home and make $250,000. But because of the red tape with some of these affordable housing programs, they're not gonna make any money. And they just spent all this money basically renting. So was it better for them? And you tell me in the comments if some of these things actually work or not. Let's go to the second on this list. Let's talk about a new development that is on the books as of right now coming to Austin. So City Council did approve this area off 183 to get rebuilt. So it's about 121 acres. And what they're gonna do is bring in, same thing they're doing here in the South Austin that's been approved. They're bringing in more density. So they're gonna have a bunch of apartments, condos, and things like that. They're bringing in affordability, and it's gonna be a mixed use shopping center. This 121 acres is right next to the 183, which we're south, right next to the overpass right here. So the question with this is going to be, now this is right next to the domain. So think about it, being next to the domain is good because you're gonna have people that wanna live and work next to the domain. What's coming in the domain? Apple's bringing new things, IBM's bringing new things, Intel's bringing new things, all building in the domain. So it's kind of like a secondary downtown for Austin. This development would be a prime location. And if you look in this development now, it's a dead zone because they've shut down all the shopping just like they've done here. Now you can go hang out at Dave & Buster's like I take my son there all the time because let's be honest, Dave & Buster's is fun. Not a paid advertisement. Dave & Buster's hit me up though. I will definitely take some funds from you. But yeah, so this development is gonna be a great development. I think it's gonna be a great development and well needed, and it's gonna make the area look a lot better. But what do you think? Do we need more of these mixed use small end developments? A mixed use development that I really enjoy is the Grove downtown. So this is off like 35th and 45th, right there in the Rosedale area. That area is fantastic. I like that mixed use development. I've talked about that a lot, but you have $2 to $3 million homes for sale in there as well. Switching gears here, let's talk about development and what's actually happening on the home front. So this article out through Austin Business Journal actually talks about a new development. It's a 3.7 acre tract in South Austin. It's in that area I really like, the Menchaca area, South Manchac, whatever you want to call it. This is going to be a 46 unit condo complex. Now this one's going to be a little bit more unique. It's built by a company outside of Austin. They're coming in and building this complex. They're gonna put 46 units on 3.7 acres. We're seeing more of that density, and that's kind of what this video is all about. So more complexes like this. Do you think we should be continuing to get more townhouse complexes like this? Or are you gonna do what I did in my last video and move to the periphery of Austin and get a little bit bigger home? Now, the pricing on these homes does help because look, the median price in Austin right now is $518,000. So if you're looking at these condos are probably gonna be, even though they're not pricing out, probably in that 450 to 600 price range. So it's more homes in that non-affordable price range because everybody wants to be under like 500. Right now, all the homes that I see moving quickly off the market are homes under 500. You tell me what you're seeing on the market, but the question overall is, do we need more developments like these small end developments, or do we need to take some of this land and create some nicer, bigger homes? You tell me. Okay, all right. I know you want to hear about Elon Musk and Twitter. Don't worry, we're gonna get to that. But let's talk about something fun, okay? I know I've been like a Debbie Downer, everything's getting tight. Let's talk about this. In Buda, they actually have a new complex on the east side. I feel like East 35 and Kyle and Buda just don't get any love. But check this out, Tappan is coming in to the east side. They're gonna take a whole development section there and they are gonna build a really cool complex. Now Tappan is a little unique because it's like a golf course simulator, bar, restaurant, all these fun amenities. Now, look, a lot of people are moving south of Austin to Kyle and Buda. So to get a new like community complex like this where people are gonna come have fun, I think it's gonna be a huge draw to Buda and to Kyle. Now Kyle does have EVO and some really fun stuff in there, and Kyle's building like crazy. But you tell me, is a complex like Tappan gonna bring a lot of value to Buda? And do you think it'll cause more people to wanna move to Buda or just come hang out in Buda? Now let's get to the thing you came to talk about, and that's Elon Musk and Twitter. So yes, Twitter is bringing about 100 employees to the Austin area. Now they're looking at ranges between $50,000 and $55,000 salaries. Basically, they have some content moderators. Obviously, they want to make sure that kids are safe on Twitter, so that's why they're bringing these positions in. But I think this is the beginning of Twitter making its move to the Austin area. Now, we've teased that on this channel quite a bit, but you start with 100 employees here, and then you bring in more people, then you have a data center. Now, Twitter really has never had a big footprint in Austin. I think they were going to a while ago, but do you think this is the start? Because look, Twitter, Elon slashed a lot of jobs at Twitter, and now they're slowly trickling them back into Austin. Jeremy Knight, the Night Group, do you think all this density is good or bad for Austin? What do you think about all this? And see you in the next video.